Back at 14, Matthias Schwab. Second shot from the bunker.
Yeah, the farther he flies it, the flatter it is.
Uh-oh, we just talked about this.
No. This is picking up speed.
No chance now. Caught the false front. Wow.
Well, we were just talking about that, too. It just was
brutal.
Brutal spot to be.
Yep.
Lee McCoy of Georgia has a birdie putt at 13, currently 3 off the lead.
Back up the slope. He's been putting well. And right in the middle. Man, there's a man on a mission right there.
So Lee McCoy birdies 13, and now he's within 2 of the lead. LSU's Lewis Gagne has a birdie putt at 18. The defending national champs, we haven't talked much about them today, but they've moved up into a tie for the second spot.
Yeah, wonderful round today, and he caps his off. Beautiful putt right there. That's tough hole location, and the Tigers are excited.
Gagne a 1 over par 71. Last year, LSU defeated USC 4-1 in the match play final to win the national championship, and they're currently tied with USC for that second spot.
I'm looking right now. You know who's got to be careful? Vanderbilt. They were leading starting today. Schwab is about to make triple at 14, and that's going to throw their score way up, and they've got a lot of holes left.
John, looks like he went back to the drop circle.
That was the only play he had, Kurt. He couldn't really want to drop it back in that bunker and have a plug and have the same shot. So he elected to go back to the drop zone. The problem with the drop zone, though, it's not much grass, and there are a lot of divots there.
Yeah, that ball stayed on the top of that ridge, too.
Wonderful week here at Eugene Country Club with 119th NCAA Men's Division I Championship, 8th year of match play. I want to thank the golf committee, Eric Sexton, chair at Wichita State, and the entire group for staging this wonderful championship here at Eugene Country Club. South Carolina's Scott Stevens, freshman from Chattanooga, has this par putt. His score will count for South Carolina. Currently in 7th as a team. So he misses that par putt. Team will drop a shot.
And this thing's going to be really tight at the end, Bob. I mean, every shot counts. We're looking at a bunch of teams involved. Wouldn't be surprised if we could have a 3-4 team playoff for the final spot the way it's going right now.
Stevens 2 under 68 in the final round. Remember the heartbreak at Prairie Dunes a couple of years ago for South Carolina, in which they were inside the top 8 and had an opportunity and wound up missing, as we take you back to 14.
John, update us on Bo Hostler.
He chose the drop zone as well. He pitched the ball to here. Got to go down the hill. Going. This is really, really quick. It's going to go down the hill, break a little bit left, and then it's going to go back to the right.
This is for bogey.
It goes left. Now it's going back to the right.
So Hostler, if he makes that, will make double at 14.
Aaron Wise of Oregon getting set to play his second at 18. Billy Ray, just check out the lie, the stance, the tree. Lots of problems for Wise.
Well, the lie is not great, but also I think that the tree, he's been rehearsing this swing for quite some time. Backswing and also the follow-through could give him some issues here. He's got a lofted club. I would suspect he would try to play this ball just up the left-hand side of the green. There's no chance for him to take a direct line at the flag.
Well, he sure aimed over there, Billy Ray, and took an awfully big swing.
Oh, my goodness. This is a good-looking shot. Wow, that is some kind of shot, guys. I did not actually think that he would try to go over that tree on the right-hand side, and he pulled it off.
Yeah, special players make special shots, and we just saw a great one right there by Aaron Wise. That might secure him the individual championship. He hits down on it trying to get a good strike. He does that. The other thing he does, look at the club release. Look at his hands. Incredible. But he had a lot of speed that got the ball up in the air and put some spin on it, and that enabled it to hold the green. Great shot.
This was a moment ago. Schwab for his double at 14.
This is a big putt, Kurt. big putt.
Oh,
Nice catch.
yeah. Just does get it to go in. So he drops back to 1 under par, but still holds to play for Schwab. Rico Hoey looking at his putt for par.
Hit a tasty little pitch down there, spun it, and just rolled right down the hill. Very good up and down right there.
Good save. Rico Hoey hanging in there. He stays at 2 under par. 3 shots back for the moment, but Texas leading the way right now. They're in great shape. They will be in the match play tomorrow, but that yellow line, that's where the battle is. Top 8 get into match play tomorrow. It is going to be tight. Aaron Wise in control. He's playing the last hole, trying to post at 5. This is at the 4th. Arizona State's John Rahm for birdie.
I wasn't expecting him to have this putt for birdie after having 163 to the hole for his second shot.
Boy, I'll tell you what, this is not good for John Rahm or Arizona State. Arizona State right now is tied for that last spot.
Meanwhile, at 18, Aaron Wise of Oregon has a 2-shot lead in the individual. The team is currently in the 5th position, and Aaron Wise has a birdie putt.
Wow, I can tell you, just before him, Charles Kim from the University of Arkansas putted on a similar line about 5 feet behind him. And one thing that I noticed about this putt, that the last quarter of this putt, it really picked up a bunch of speed, and Kim ran it some 5 or 6 feet past. So I think that's just a helpful hint here for Aaron Wise.
Yeah, Billy Ray, if he had a clue, and I'm not sure he does, as to what his lead is, he would want to be working on speed here, and 90% of this putt is speed for him, getting that correct. 4 probably gets the job done.
I would think so too. Some difficult holes coming in for the rest of the players, and obviously that's to the downhill, but it does have some movement from left to right at the end.
Coming off a birdie at 17, his 5th birdie of the day. Made a couple doubles though here on the back 9.
And it's just starting moving to the right now.
It's pretty well judged.
Yes.
That's okay.
The emotion that he showed Laney back at 17, making that birdie putt. Don't tell me he doesn't care. That is awesome to watch. It fires everyone else up.
Oh, they care, and they care a lot. And he's in a position, his coaches probably come out and told him that, hey, don't worry about the team. We're going to be in the top 8. Go take care of business. Win this individual title for us. Nothing better, no better feeling for a player. And this is going to mean the world to his teammates if he wins the individual title. That'll pump all of them up going into match play.
LSU freshman Sam Burns has par putt here at 18, the defending national champions. And Sam rolls that in. LSU currently holding down the 2nd spot. Over at 15, the par 5, USC's Rico Hoey on the tee.
Rico just trying to get it right over that middle of that right bunker. The wind is in, out of the left.
Into you, they've got to make a solid strike here today, John, and carry it into the fairway. That's in the right rough. That is layup there. No shot to go for it from there at all.
Take you back to 18. You see fans out here on this Memorial Day to watch Aaron Wise of Oregon. And he's got a short par putt left to post 5 under.
His teammate on the right-hand side. It's great. Head coach Casey Martin there. Speaking of Casey, back in the fairway here at 18, he was concerned about not only just Aaron, but also the team, the way they were playing. He says we're leaking just a bit of oil.
Aaron Wise, a 1 over par 71 here in the final round after that 64 yesterday, but in the individual he is now posted 5 under and currently has a 2-shot lead over Lee McCoy of Georgia, trying to become Oregon's first national champion in men's or women's golf.
Bob, that's a great score on a very, very difficult golf course.
So Aaron Wise is in. Oregon right now comfortably in. His teammates watching as Wise was the last player on the golf course to Oregon. And Aaron Wise won an individual championship. You'll look back at that clutch birdie right there at 17 that maybe sealed the deal on the par at 18. Men's championship. Rico Hoey of USC going for the green in 2 at 15.
He has got a clean line. This is very doable. 197 to the hole, 187 to the front. He likes it. Just a little bit long. Okay, that's a good play from there.
Hoey currently 3 off the lead of Aaron Wise, who is posted 5 under for the individual, as we take you out to 14.
And he was pin high left on the tee shot. This for par now. Ooh. Wow.
That was a pull. He can look at the green only once, but he just pulled that big time. And that's surprising. He hasn't missed anything today that's been makeable.
Arizona State's John Rahm playing his second shot at the 5th.
From 87 yards, very good angle to this right hole location. It's going to need to get down.
Lands past the flag and stops just on the back edge. Be able to get putter on that okay.
Arizona State currently in a tie for 8th. Look down at Eugene Country Club and narrow way down. You see that dogleg right, par 5. This par 70 layout. Bo Hostler of Texas set to play his 3rd.
Bo's got 66 yards, 56 to the front. Awkward little angle, but it is back into the breeze.
Yeah, the tough thing here, John, is the hole location is just on the green, not very far, only about 9 on, so not much green to work with in front.
Also, if it's on the left side of the hole, it could spin back in the water. That's the only thing he could do, Lenny. Only thing right there.
I mean, McCoy did make his bogey. You have Georgia at 14, so now he's 3 off the lead. Illinois, who lost in the semifinals last year, the NCAA championships, a winner. The inaugural East Lake Cup last year, currently in the 2nd spot at plus 15, 3 shots behind Texas. South Carolina's Will Stark has a par putt at the 9th, final hole of the day. This score will count. And how about that? 4 under 66 for Will Stark.
Yeah, with these hole locations, the speed of these greens, that's an incredible score.
Send it down to Billy Ray.
Guys, thanks a lot. Here with sophomore sensation Aaron Wise. Aaron, obviously playing in front of your home crowd. Was this a tough round to you to get emotionally ready to play today?
No. I mean, I've dealt with a lot of tough rounds before. It was actually easier, if anything, than hard. I mean, having these people out here to cheer me on and root me on is something that, you know, I'm cherished and look forward to today.
You made a mistake back at the par 4 12th where you made double bogey, and you rebounded quickly. Did anybody say anything to you? One of the coaches come up and talk to you and try to get you corrected quickly?
No, that's just something I've always worked on, you know, is bounce back. And, you know, I call it the bounce back stat, and I think I'm pretty good at it. And I did it again when I made another mistake on the other par 3. So, you know, it's something I've worked on since a little kid, and, you know, it was good. It showed today.
Talk about that par 3 shot there at 16. What went through your mind there?
You know, it was just a good 5-iron, and I just missed it. I towed it and just kind of came out of it, and it came up short in the water, and obviously made a double from there. But I was able to resettle, and obviously what the crowd did there off 17T when I hit that driver was awesome, and that really spurred me on and gave me a lot of confidence coming down the last 2 holes.
Let's jump ahead at the green, though, at 17. That putt, you showed a lot of emotion. Is that one of the biggest putts you've ever made?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I told Van, I was like, when I make this thing, it's going to be a roar. And it was one of those putts that I actually struggled to read, and obviously I called in Van there, and, you know, he just settled me down and said, you know, you got to trust what you do. And obviously, you know, I read it right, and when that thing went in, I kind of let out some emotion.
At the end of this week, you'll be turning professional and making your mark on that circuit right now. Does that make it easier playing here for your teammates, knowing this will be your last week, I should say?
No, it makes it harder. I mean, knowing this is my last event in front of, you know, my teammates, my family, my friends, it's hard. You know, my family came up just because this was my last event, and obviously, you know, all that brings pressure, being on your home course and everything. There was a ton of pressure on me today, and I was happy with the way I was able to calm down before the round and, you know, go out there and execute.
All right, thanks a lot, Aaron.
No problem. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Birdie putt of Bo Hostler on the way at 15.
Didn't really have a realistic putted birdie coming down the slope. Just trying to get the speed correct there.
McCoy coming off a bogey at 14 on the tee. At 15, 3 off the lead of Wise, who's posted that 5 under.
Yeah, he needs birdie badly. I'm not sure he's got the firepower to reach this green in 2 today with the wind. He's going to need a good hop, and now he's through the fairway into the rough. That will be a layup.
Back at the green at 15, Matthias Schwab has a birdie putt. Schwab 3 over on his round. The big mistake, obviously, the big number he just made at 14.
Realistic birdie opportunity right here. About 20 feet. He saw Rico, his bunker shot, kind of on the same line. So he's going to eye this down. He's going to give us another look.
Over at 5, Arizona State's John Rahm with birdie putt.
Bob, you don't have to wonder what he's feeling because he's showing every emotion out here.
Tough little putt there. He got speed correct. Just hard to be aggressive with that one coming down that slope.
Rahm in for par at the 5th. Remember, he started his round at the 10th. Arizona State currently in a tie for 8th at plus 24. And John Cook, some issues over at 15?
Well, just a little. His ball moved as he was getting up to it, so you know that he called in the official just to make sure what the protocol was. He then remarked the ball, and the ball is in play. He did not cause the ball to move.
Yeah, and he puts it from where the ball finished. So good call there. Good move by Matthias to call the official to double check. You never don't want to make a mistake like that at this stage of the game.
So Matthias Schwab 4 off the lead, running out of holes. Aaron Wise posting that 5 under par.
Good job, man. Good job.
Liam.
Hey,
bud.
Liam.
Knuckles.
Oh, even the young kids
Thank you.
attracted to the phone.
Playing Angry Birds. It's hard to get.
Rico Hoey has the short birdie putt for USC to try to get a little bit closer to Aaron Wise.
Yeah, and John, that was a terrific bunker shot to get it this close.
Landing, he was on the downhill. Water passed. If the ball was going at all past the hole, it was going in the water. Hit this little spinning check shot, rolled down the hill. Beautiful up and down. That is a key birdie right there. Very impressive.
So Rico Hoey now pulls to within 2 of Aaron Wise with 3 holes to play. Still got a shot.
Yeah, there's no shortage of guts when it comes to Rico Hoey. He's not afraid of anything.
Mo Hostler, Texas, started the day with a chance, but currently 3 over on the day.
Got a couple feet for par. As you know, as you've seen, these are not good.
Powers that right in. We take a look at the individual leaderboard. We are crowning an individual champion today. Aaron Wise of Oregon has set the standard. 1 over par 71 today, but posting 5 under in the clubhouse. At the 9th final hole of the day for Illinois' Thomas Dietrich. Dietrich 3 under on his round today. Illinois has made a huge move. They are 4 under as a team today, and they've moved into the 2nd spot. Over to 16.
Rico Hoey set to go at 16.
186 front, 196 to the hole. Back into the breeze, a little out of the left.
Oh, right over the top of it. One too many clubs.
And this will be a very slick putt.
Tell you what, they're all so afraid of coming up a little bit short. According to Bushnell, we have 195 yards to the hole. In college golf, you can use electronic distance measuring devices like the Bushnell rangefinder. Perfectly legal here in college golf.
Yeah, I think the problem here, Kurt, is they don't want this golf ball to get stood up. If they don't choose enough club and take some spin off of it, this ball will get stood up, and it is water bound.
That whole front side of this green is a false front.
And we've seen that happen already today with two of the best players out here. Both Rahm and Wise put it in the water here.
Go ahead now.
Keep going. Back off just because a golf cart was driving right through. Then all of a sudden the golf cart stopped right in the middle.
Lee McCoy of Georgia playing his third shot at 15, forced to lay up.
Yeah, and he's laid it up in the rough, and this is going to be tough to get this close. Just almost no way to stop it from the rough. He needed to have that in the fairway to really use the slope right behind the hole.
So McCoy with a bogey, just a short par putt at 14, not able to take advantage of the par 5 15. 3 off the lead, back to 16.
And Bo Hostler ready to go now.
197, 196 back into the wind, a little out of the left.
Started it
He's
left.
leaning left. Wind's got it though.
Oh,
Yeah,
excellent.
what a shot.
That's
Real
one
golf shot right there.
One of the best shots we've seen. Good look down at 16. Now Matthias Schwab.
Got to clear that front. Looks like this one's getting stood up. Uh-oh. Okay, just got cut up by the rough. No harm done.
Little swale right there. He may have to chip that ball, though, with those sprinkler heads. So Texas in great shape. The drama is down there at that 8th spot. Oklahoma right now, they're done for the day. They're in great shape. They're in at 24 over. Arizona State, Oklahoma State, two of the top teams in the country coming into this week. They're trying to get inside that top 8. Aaron Wise, he's done for the day. He may have locked up that individual championship.
Georgia, long birdie putt.
But coming down the slope, about midway that slope.
Really kicks it to the right. Trying to pick up some speed.
Yeah.
That's hard to leave that putt short. He left it 6 feet short.
One hole ahead to 16.
Matthias Schwab getting ready for his second shot.
Yeah, those sprinklers were in his way. He did not get relief right there. So dicey little pitch shot. Bounce it in the hill, roll it up there. Well judged.
Yeah, good touch.
Arizona State's John Rahm playing his second at the 6th.
From 144, he's really struggled with his short irons today.
You'd like to have this just left to the flag. That's got to stay up.
It is almost shocking how off he has been all day.
Yeah, and that ball is gone. I mean, that is one difficult up and down from down there. He's got issues. It'll be if he makes 4, it'll be a great 4.
And Arizona State needs him desperately. They currently are in the 9th spot now. And he has truly worn his emotions on his sleeve today.
Rico Hoey needs a couple birdies coming in, John. Is he aware of where they stand as far as the individual title?
He is quite aware of where he stands. He's got 45 feet back down the hill, not runaway speed like a lot of these putts, going to the right and then continuing to the right down the hill. That's got to slow down.
Arizona State trying to get in the top 8. This is Alberto Sanchez, the senior. This is for bogey. Oh my goodness, that was not a good stroke.
That was right out of the heel there, Kurt. That was.
That 7th hole today, back into the wind. There it is. There's how it stands right now. Arizona State now 3 shots out of that last spot.
And not getting any help from John Rahm.
Team is 10 over today. Lee McCoy for his par at 15. He pours that in, but he remains 3 back.
Yeah, that's a nice 2-putt. He just needs to birdie in.
Over to 16.
One of the top collegiate players in the game, Bo Hostler.
Kurt, a little feeder down the hill, buddy. About 12 feet. Should move a little to his right.
Oh, what a birdie. Boy, it's been a while since we've seen a 2 at 16.
That is an all-American birdie right there.
You got that right. First team All-America player right there, too. to 9.
Final hole of the day for Charlie Danielson and Illinois. Illinois currently sitting in the second spot. They have made a huge move today. As a team, they're 4 under par.
Just really want to get the speed correct here. Up the slope, then flat back on top. That's very well done.
Take a look at those scores today for Illinois.
And that's kind of what we expect from Illinois. To me, they're the deepest, most talented team, and they finally played to their capabilities today.
To 16.
Rico Hoey for par.
A good 6 feet right here.
He really needed that.
Confident stroke.
Yeah, he needed it too. He needs 2 more birdies at 17 and 18 to tie Aaron Wise.
He could have picked easier holes.
17's a converted par 5. I mentioned that earlier. The men play it as a par 4, and it is a beast of a hole. Little downwind today, that helps. Schwab now cleaning up for par. Okay, good up and down.
South Carolina's Matt Neesmith has a birdie putt at the 9th, final hole of the day. The score is going to count. And cozies that up close. South Carolina currently in the 7th spot.
South Carolina, if he can get that down, is going to be okay.
Oklahoma at plus 24. They are done. They are finished. They have posted that number. Arizona State now is 3 out. Oklahoma State 5 out. South Carolina with Neesmith, the final player. They're going to knock down that 7th spot in the race for the top 8, advancing to quarterfinal match play on Tuesday.
You think Oklahoma loves beating Oklahoma State?
Not just a little bit. Bo Hostler over at 17.
John Fields, head coach at the University of Texas, right there with Hostler, as he has been all week. Bushnell yardage today at 17, 490 yards. It shapes from right to left. This is a dogleg right to left. You want to try to hug that left side to keep it in the fairway with this club.
And it's a ribbon of a fairway out there, too.
It's made a little easier by its downwind, but the wind's out of the left, so it's a little bit awkward, but I know it's 490 yards, and I wouldn't say it's a birdie opportunity, but if you do get your drive in the fairway, it's going to be down there with a short iron in your hands.
Hostler, for the most part, what we've seen is he does like to turn the ball over from right to left. Uh-oh. Got ahead of that one, John.
Yeah, caught a tree right off the tee.
That club was stuck so far inside and underneath him, he had no chance.
All these holes out here, tree line.
No real mystery on the shape of the tee shots that you have to hit out here at Eugene Country Club. It's beautifully framed.
Hoey hits that driver really high. He likes to cut the ball, and that cut back into the right rough, but he's going to have that flyery lie that we saw earlier in the day that Wise had.
He doesn't get cheated on his swings, does he?
No, he doesn't. All right, back at 16T, Lee McCoy.
This is the 5-iron for McCoy. Breeze back into his face.
It's just really hard to get the ball down there close to the hole. See, most of the players are a little long at 16.
Big par putt here for Matt Neesmith of South Carolina. And Matt, the senior, pours that in. So South Carolina is done. Naismith shoots a 4-over in the final round, but South Carolina in that 7th spot tries to lock down the national championship for individual. John Rahm, a huge par putt for Arizona State at 6.
Yeah,
It's a must make.
And we've seen how quick this is. That's a heck of an up and down there. That is a great 4 and desperately needed by Arizona State.
That's Bo Hostler's ball in the bunker at 17, John.
What do you think I can get out of it? Not a chance. 215 to the hole, and it's right up against the face. Only thing he can do is to.
You think that gets out? I mean, if you set your shoulder. Never really had a fairway bunker left. That's all I can do, obviously. Yeah, that's plenty. That should be plenty loft.
Just laying it out.
That was his only shot. He had nothing else he could do.
Laid it back. He'll have a pretty full 3rd shot.
Matias has 177, 193 to the hole. Decent line first cut. Really just looking at that front edge of the green is about the only place he can put it, just between the 2 bunkers. Otherwise, it'll rocket over the back.
Thought it looked like 7-iron on the bottom of the club here, John. So just trying to land it somewhere around the front and let it release.
177 front, so should be a good club. Right up the center. Oh, it didn't release at all, unfortunately. Good shot, though.
Book tee times, improve your game, and earn rewards with Golf Now app. You can reference accurate GPS layouts, track your reward status, and more. Now all completely free. Download the Golf Now app today. Back to 17.
Rico Hoey, the last guy in this group. John, he needs 2 birdies coming in to tie for the individual.
Spot.
He knows exactly where he stands.
Okay, but I think in order to get there, you got to take a pretty aggressive line. Right? Go ahead and take on as much of that pin as you want to. Where's the way? It's down. What was the number? 150. Okay, so what are you going to play it? What club you got there, right? 11. All right, let's do it. Probably don't need to land it too much onto the green. Okay. It's green spur.
John, it sounds like they've got pitching wedge out.
Yeah, it's a wise play. I mean, they discussed it, and Coach Zambri said you can take on as much of this pin as you want, and he's exactly right. You can still make a putt from 15 feet left of the hole. Easy. Yeah, that was if you take on too much of that pin, that's exactly what was going to happen.
Yeah, coming out of there with no spin out of that rough. All right, back to Lee McCoy at 16.
Well, coming down the hill, originally goes to the right, then straightens up once it gets over the ridge.
He's going to have some work left coming back. Lee McCoy, he given it his best effort to try to catch Aaron Wise, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen for him. We'll have to see about.
Has a 2-shot lead over this man, Rico Hoey. He made his par at 17, getting up and down from the greenside bunker. He must make this for Eagle to tie Aaron Wise.
It's an excellent shot, but it's not going to be 2.
And that means that Oregon's Aaron Wise becomes the first national champion for the school in men's or women's golf, and the first member of the host school to win the individual championship since 1979, when Wake Forest's Gary Hallberg won at Bermuda Run. And he wins at the same place that he won the Pacific Coast Amateur last summer.
Do not see Eric anywhere.
Off the strength of that 64 yesterday. It makes it even sweeter for Aaron Wise, the fact that his teammates are inside that top 8 and they've advanced to match play.
This was earlier at 17. McCoy, for par, had trouble with his second shot. He will bogey at 17.
I'm just going to hit a high. It's 82.
Okay. Got any patience with this stuff? Be careful with this behind you.
I got it.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'm just saying, it's just as hard to judge the distance over there to the left, you know?
Yeah.
82. I've been working on this wedge arcers all the time.
Okay.
An 80-yard shot. Up in the air.
Coming out of the short rough here, Bob's going to be very tough to stop this near the hole.
Yep.
Texas currently has the top seed. This is the 8th year of match play. In the 7 previous years, though, the top seed has not won a national championship.
And you know what he can't afford here is a double bogey. I mean, he would then go back into a tie. That probably is going to solidify Texas finishing in the top spot right there.
Hostler of Texas. They try to win their first national championship since 2012.
On Rahm, this is him for par at 7, the hole that everyone's been having so much trouble with. Good up and down. He misses the green to the right, got it up and down from a tough spot. Well done.
Matthias Schwab has a birdie putt for Vanderbilt at 18. Schwab 3 over on his round today. All came apart for him. Par 3, 14th.
Yeah, coming off the right front of the screen, trying to get the speed correct. And it slips it about 4.5 feet by the hole. Uphill putt from there, though.
Vanderbilt currently in a tie for 4th with USC. So all the teams that made it into the top 15, that made it to match play last year, going to make it again this year. LSU, USC, Illinois, Texas, and Vanderbilt. So you're going to have some experienced teams squaring off in the quarterfinals, understanding the concept of match play.
Well, we sure will, and it's going to be some exciting stuff. We got some great matchups right now. We're looking at Texas versus Oklahoma. You talk about two people that really like to get it on in every sport, so that's going to be a grudge match from the get-go. 1 versus 8 there, and these top teams have been exposed and to match play, as you said, and then the East Lake Cup, Illinois winning that last year, getting more match play experience.
USC's Rico Hoey for his birdie at 18.
Yeah, that was an excellent second shot, coming over the bunker out of the rough, getting the ball to stop that quick. Really well done. About 25 feet right up the slope.
Yeah, this is going down. This has got a big hooking putt, and it is quick.
Nicely judged. So if Rico Hoey can knock that in for par, give him a 1 under 69 here in the final round. And a good week for Rico Hoey as he finishes, he's about to finish at 3 under, 2 off the lead of Aaron Wise. Wise opened the door for people to make a run, but this golf course just so demanding.
Well, he responded nice after he made the double. He really hit some quality shots and played some nice holes coming down the stretch. Birdie, one of the toughest out there at 17. Now, Bo Hostler for par, but 15 feet.
Big breaker, left to right, very quick.
shows you the speed and the movement on these greens. You can never take a break here mentally. You've got to stay in every shot you hit on this golf course.
Lanny, very U.S. Open looking greens right now. Poena's kind of getting a little color. They got a little speed.
Very U.S. Open looking setup, if you ask me, with these hole locations and the rough around the greens. It's just a great setup.
Bo Hostler, 2 over 72, finishes at 1 under. Excuse me, 3 over 73.
Schwab for bogey. Excuse me, for par, and I don't even if he misses this, I don't think it affects Vanderbilt's seeding in the match play. They've got a 2-shot cushion over. Well, they'll actually drop from a tie for 4th into 5th by themselves.
Now, Schwab was right in contention. He birdied the 11th and then made a bogey at 12, and then he doubled 14. Pars the rest of the way in. 3 over 73 for Schwab. He too finishes at 1 under. Arizona State's Alberto Sanchez has a par putt at the 9th as their chances of making match play are dwindling. This has been a rough day for Arizona State as a team. Currently 12 over today and 5 out of that coveted 8th spot. Let's see who's in the hot zone. And it is Aaron Wise of Oregon. At one point, he had a 4-shot lead. He was at 8 under par. And Lanny, he had a problem at 16.
Well, this is over at 16, and he just comes right out of it, just fans it to the right, spun out of it, did not hit it solid. John Rahm did the same thing there, and then at 17, he drove it in the right rough, Bob, had a really tough shot, and this is an amazing shot at 17. Gets by the hole, uses the slope, brings it right back down to the flag. It's going to end up about 6 feet. Just one of the great shots you'll ever see here. Well played.
Yeah, what a wonderful recovery by Aaron Wise, coming off that double bogey at 16, hitting it in the water, and then hitting that beautiful shot in the 17, and then the money putt.
Yeah, this is the one that kind of sealed things for him. They had to make some birdies to catch him, and the holes were just too tough. That really took care of things.
But then a wayward drive at 18, and he takes it over the top of the tree.
I love what he did here. You see how hard he hit that? The speed got it up over the trees and really put enough spin on the ball for it to hold the green. That was an incredible shot. Really gutsy play there at 18 to secure his win.
So after the birdie at 17 and the clutch second shot at 18, his birdie putt wandered a half a foot away, and then he taps in for his par to post 5 under as he wins the 2016 NCAA Men's Division I Individual Championship. Aaron Wise shot 64 yesterday, 6 under par, 64, 1 over. How about that? Knocks it in for birdie. So Arizona State still battling. What has been a hugely disappointing day. At 18, Robbie Shelton has a birdie putt in the individual portion, 3 over on his round today.
Probably hit a beautiful little wedge shot in here behind the hole, spun it back, almost made it. 3 feet straight up the hill.
And he just pushed that from the get-go. That blade never got square, stayed open and was always right. Robbie Shelton, really fine player.
It's been a disappointing week for Alabama, not advancing to this top 15. Lee McCoy made a little run today, even on his round today.
Hit it just short of the green, elected to pitch the ball up, didn't spin it much, ran it by about 4 feet, and little tickler down the hill.
Yeah, it's a very tough hole location there at 18, and none of the putts are easy around the 18th.
You know, the last shots that these guys will hit as collegiate players.
Yeah, that wraps up Lee McCoy's college career. Robbie Shelton turning professional after his junior year at Alabama. So it's a culmination of some special things from some very good players.
Paul Barjan of TCU finishing up as well. TCU is right on the edge of making it into this final 15.
Thank you, John. See you soon.
Maybe a little bit too late for Arizona State. They've struggled today. Oklahoma in at plus 24. Arizona State 4 shots out. Well, Aaron Wise of Oklahoma State playing his second shot at the 9th.
Yeah, nice position right in the right center of the fairway. Whole location back on that shelf in the back right. Hard to get it close here.
Oklahoma State.
See if that will stay. It will not. There it goes back down the slope. Now he's got 40 feet.
12 over today to 8.
This was John Rahm at the 8. This was just earlier for birdie.
Looking very deflated, hit a very poor bunker shot to this point.
Probably settling in that his team, the Sun Devils, are not going to make the top 8. Now, this is Stratton, Oklahoma State. This is also for birdie. There you see in that 8th spot, the University of Oklahoma. And for more on that, we go down to John Cook.
Thanks, Kurt, here with Coach Hibble. And you sweated it out yesterday. You got to be really, really proud of your guys today. Tell me about the emotions going through, and what'd you tell them?
Super excited to be here. Obviously, yesterday was a true waiting game. Got in by the skin of our teeth. And then today, we didn't have anything to lose. We were first out. And, we finished up on probably the easier side, which I felt like was good for us. We played our front side really well, and our guys they hung in there and they fought, and they really did a great job today. It was awesome.
You got to be proud of them. And now tomorrow, just like you said, you got nothing to lose. Is that the same message?
Yeah, for the most part, yes. And hopefully, assuming we get in here, we're going to be able to play the Texas Longhorns, which we see quite a bit, and we're just excited to be with this opportunity, and anything can happen in match play, and our guys are playing well enough to get going tomorrow, and we're just super excited for the opportunity.
Well, we appreciate your time, and good luck tomorrow. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Final hole for Stratton Nolan of Oklahoma State. Scott Trade will provide the Boat Tracer technology here with Stratton Nolan's tee shot, a sophomore from Austin, Texas.
Yeah, I've seen Stratton play a lot of junior golf. He played in Texas a lot with my boys, so he's a nice little player. He can really get it going and play golf. He knows how to shoot some numbers, not afraid of anything. Nice swing there. That shot is right down the right side. Should catch a piece of the fairway. Oh, it does not. Just gets in the rough.
Nicole, John Rahm, obviously, where he stands as far as world amateur ranking, it has been a very disappointing day for him, hasn't it?
It really has. It goes back to the 15th hole, I believe, when he decided to lay up from 214 with his second shot. He just did not play aggressive all day. Looked real guidey, missing fairways, and really making big errors with his short irons, missing greens from 140 yards and in.
And tries to hit a power fade down the 9th hole, which is exactly what the 9th calls for, and just hangs in the edge of the fairway.
Christopher Ventura of Oklahoma State for birdie.
Up the slope, everything really gets really slow right up on top. Just loses all its speed climbing the slope here at 9. That is one tough hole location.
So par for Ventura. But Oklahoma State on the outside looking in.
Then back on the tee, KK Limbasit from Cal, his final hole here of this season, and it's the end of a lot of seasons for people, but it'll be the end of an era at Cal Golf as head coach Steve Desimone, after 37 years, announcing his retirement just a few weeks ago. So it's going to be a memorable.
That's your best bet. But honestly, playing from the ability is not bad. It's probably, when Colin got lucky leaving it in our life.
Whatever you're good.
Can we forget their turns?
What's that?
Can we forget their turns?
You got better.
Yeah, I think that's the way I just pushed it.
Easy move.
Yeah,
sounds good.
KK Limbasit getting set to play his second. Our associate head coach Walter Chana. Steve Desimone, the head coach, in his final match. Nicole, what's he have left?
He has 153. Very good angle to this right hole location.
Been very difficult, Nicole, pulling the club here today. If they hit it just short, it's come back down the slope, lands on top, it's over the green. So
It is. It's only 2 paces above that ridge, Lanny.
Get up. Shot,
KK. Good shot. Just below the hole, maybe 20 feet. Out we go.
Emotional time for coach. Got his son by his side. Pretty cool. Stratton Nolan of Oklahoma State playing his second at the ninth.
Nicole, he's probably got a chance being on the Bear stuff over here.
Well, he could possibly run it up. That's his best chance. Definitely going to have to hit a low left to righter.
He called it right. He said get lucky. It did, and it worked out okay. Got it up into the center of the green.
What's that?
Take you to the front of the green.
All right, we can do that.
Okay.
We can do that. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I'm all right. I'd really like to not be in this damn thing.
Now John Rahm of Arizona State. Disappointing day for Tim Mickelson, Phil's brother, the head coach at Arizona State.
I think there was some aggression in this tee shot. He only has 99 yards to the hole.
That is just a huge tee shot. That's incredible. Pretty good position, too, right in the center of the fairway. Great look at this hole. See if he can carry it on top and stop it. We really haven't seen many good shots here today at number 9.
Sets up a birdie opportunity on his final hole.
What a 37-year journey it has been for head coach Steve Desimone at Cal. Had to be convinced to become the head coach of the program that lost status as an NCAA collegiate sport. It was actually relegated to a club sport. They convinced him to coach. This man right there has done some incredible fundraising. They got its NCAA status back. A remarkable run for nearly 4 decades, won the national championship in 2004 at the Homestead. Certainly big underdogs that year. And then one of the great programs we have seen in recent memory just 3 seasons ago with the Cal Golden Bears winning 11 of 14 events. Also that stroke play portion title at the NCAAs before bowing out to Illinois in match play. Well regarded, a wonderful mentor, a great coach, but even more importantly, guys, a super person, better than anyone you'll ever come across. It will be a great loss, but after 37 years, Steve Desimone deciding to retire here this week.
Well, there's so many players that have played this game at this level, Steve, that their coaches become their dads. I mean, if not their, their second fathers, they spend more time with them than they do their own parents. And I know in case of us at Wake Forest, I'm sure for the Cal program, the same thing. Our coach was our dad. I mean, he took care of all our needs and really made sure we were in great shape. And Mike Small right here dealing with Charlie Danielson at Illinois, just a terrific player, and what a great mentor he is, because Mike Small can really play. He is probably, of all the coaches, probably the best player among them, so can really relate to his players on such a great level.
Aaron Wise, his coach could play too, Casey Martin.
Like, I got to play for that team, man.
Same putt we've seen so many times today here, Bob, up the slope. A lot of players have gotten it close. Nobody's really made it from down here. It's so concerned with the speed. You really want to get that correct. And they have struggled with that putt all day.
Leversuit has work left for his par. Stratton Nolan of Oklahoma State will be next to play. John Rahm of Arizona State as birdie putt. Be a heck of a birdie, Lanny.
Well, it would. It's a terrific play on the second shot, and Stratton usually is a pretty bold putter. Be surprised if he came up short. Ooh, what a great attempt that was.
Well, the top 8 are set here at Eugene Country Club as Stratton Nolan will tap in for his par. 3 over 73 in his final round. Aaron Wise has the individual championship. Now it's on to the team portion of it. John Rahm of Arizona State for his birdie at the ninth. And Rahm pours that in.
Just too little too late, Bob.
Yeah, 1 over 71. Did not take advantage of short irons into some of the par 4s. Even the par 5s he had opportunities to score, did not. And Arizona State is going to miss out that top 8.
Steve Desimone, his son, alongside for his final college event after 37 years at Cal.
It's going to be pretty emotional as KK Lambasuit for his par. The final putt of the day.
Great putt, guys.
Excellent 2 putts to par. 5 over for Lambasuit. Got to imagine this is pretty emotional for the players on this Cal team.
Nice meeting you. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Love watching you play.
Thank you.
Sorry. Good seeing you. Yeah, thanks, Judge. Yeah, for sure. For sure. KK, way to finish it up, buddy. Good job. Oh, hello, everybody. Hello, Sitaro. Great way to finish it, buddy. We both go out.
Sorry, Coach.
Deb. We'll get you some of your points next time. All right. All right, guys, thanks. Need a photo, guys. Need a photo. Come on, let's get you in here, too, huh? And this is one time I'm going to get in the middle. How's that?
Yeah.
How's that?
Well, Coach, after 37 years, you should get in the middle after an illustrious career at Cal.
Worst case.